Hello everyone, LD3 back with you for another video. Today we are back in the golf club too. Today we have a very special course we're playing, Royal Birkdale, for the Open Championship this year, being held at Royal Birkdale. I love the Open Championship, the only major golf tournament not in the United States, and that also means we're going to get a lot of early golf, which means 10 a.m. basically Eastern time. The final group teeing off on Sunday, and I love watching it because it's done by mid-afternoon and I still can do stuff, and it's always exciting to watch throughout the day. But unfortunately, I'm going to be camping this weekend, so I'm not going to really be able to watch a lot of the action. But I still have some thoughts on the tournament, and during this round, I'm going to share those with you. So yeah, let's get into the gameplay. Okay, here we are. The first hole, playing 452, dogleg left. This actually seems like a really interesting hole. Not gonna lie, this seems pretty interesting. How far out can I go with my driver? Right there, right into the zone. Now, I actually haven't played between the last recording and this one, so I have no idea how this is going to turn out. And as you can see, I slice it off the first hole. So this is going to be an interesting round. It's not going to be the best scoring round. I'm probably, if I were to play in the U.S. Open, I would finish last. That's just how it is. That's just how I would do, because that's how life works. I don't play well at golf. I just like to have fun. So, and as you can see there, I'm back into the heavy rough. Now, Royal Birkdale is a course I really don't know that well. It's one of the more historic courses. I think Marco Miro won here. 1998, I think that was the year he won it here at least. Perfect. Hopefully that goes. It doesn't go, but it's going to be in the fairway. And I think this was where, like, Justin Rose kind of got his coming out party. He was an amateur and finished 4th. And that's really where people started to figure out who he was and how he played. And he was actually a really good golfer. And that was a really good chip shot. If that can stop moving. It is firm. The fairways and greens are firm because it is a Open Championship. So I got to be weary of that. That's going to be a bogey. Yeah, okay, a bogey on the first hole. Not the worst it could have been. Especially with how I started out. That's definitely not the worst it could have been. So, yeah, I really don't know a lot about the course. So this is kind of, honestly, this is my first look at the course this year. And just by looking at it, I can see it's really narrow and people with really good drives are going to be playing well this year. Like me, I don't have a good drive, and I'm hitting it into the fescue every time. And I'm probably going to be making bogeys and doubles the whole time. So that's what's going to happen with this round. Actually, 82 to 91. I think only one club up, if I can actually hit it straight, will work. I just left my hand off the controller there. That went a little left and a little short. Hopefully it doesn't go in the bunker. Stay there. Okay. All right, not the worst shot that could have happened. But yeah, just by looking at the first two holes, their fairways seem very, very narrow. And that means that's got to sit. That means that someone with very accurate drives, it doesn't necessarily have to be the longest drives either. The course is only about 7,000 yards, so it doesn't even have to be a long drive. It just has to be a good, like, accurate drive. So by looking at that, a couple players just seem out of it already. Like, Jordan Spieth usually plays well, but his driver has been all over the place this year. His putting's kept him in tournaments. His driving has been all over the place. That's another bogey. Like, you can't count out Jordan Spieth in any tournament. But in this one, just looking at the course, it seems like he won't have as good of a chance as he usually would be if his drives are wonky like they've been. And that's actually going to be an okay drive, I think. Maybe. Can I fast forward? No, I can't fast forward. But yeah, hey, a drive right down the middle. Maybe I'll actually have a chance at a par, guys. Maybe I'll have a chance at a par in a video game, golf. How about that? Let's see here. 176, 182 carry with the wind, and actually, I like this really good. That's going to be awful, though. That's just going to be me hitting an awful shot. Right distance. I just completely messed up the line. And now we're going to have an awful chip coming back. But it's going to work out. That's going to be a really good chip if that sits. If that sits down, not bad. Not bad from where we were. Not going to lie. That is not bad. 10 feet for par. Way over here. And boop. Get in. Get in. Get in. Oh, lip out.
Disappointing there.
Oh, lip out. And now it's 4 feet past the hole, too. Oh.
4 feet to the hole. You can do this.
Oh, that was so close to being our first par of the round, but it's another bogey. 3 straight bogeys to start out. Going back to the driving, same thing with Phil Mickelson. Like, Phil, like, at the Open Championship and Phil Mickelson have been a love-hate relationship, I can say. Let's see, to start out, he just hated the Open. He didn't play the Open well to start out, and that's going to be, just like I'm not playing this game well. Phil Mickelson in the Open Championship weren't that well to begin with, but then he did win in 2013, which was a surprise to many people. That's not even going to be close. That's going to be in the bunker. Man, I love how they actually move in the bunkers instead of just stopping the game. I don't know why. I don't know why. That's the one thing that I like about this game.
All right, don't worry about it.
But that for some reason I am enjoying that. Oh, get in. Ooh. I almost got a 4th straight bogey with that, but that's going to be a double bogey because I don't play this game well. But yeah, and also Phil's going through a caddy change. He Bones Mackay and Phil have separated. They have divorced as a player-caddy relationship. I am very saddened by that. Probably my favorite golf duo there was ever on the PGA Tour. Like, there was Tiger and Steve Williams. They had a good relationship, but they basically hate each other right now. And then Adam Scott and Steve Williams did well. Like Jim Furyk and Fluff, Keegan Bradley and Pepsi, like all those, like not iconic, but like really good player caddy relationships. Bones and Phil were probably my favorite of those pairings. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure it out here. All right, hopefully I can actually hit a ball straight now, which I can, but it only goes 70 yards because it was in the heavy rough. Okay. Okay, cool. Even though it had 80% shot, it only went 30-something yards. Cool. And that's going to sit right there, and we're going to have a par putt. I'll take that. We have a par chance, even though it is a very slim chance. It is a chance. Come on, turn back. Okay, not the worst putt I could have had. Honestly, that could have been 10 feet short. That could have also been 10 feet long. Instead, it's only 4 feet long. And it's still going to be a tough putt, but we do make it for a bogey. 6 over through 5 holes. Yeah, like going back to the fact that I am not hitting the ball well off the tee, and it is ruining my score. 6 over through 5 holes because these fairways are narrow and they are very bunkered. And that's going to be another slice, but it's somehow going to end up in the fairway. I have no idea how that ended up in the fairway, but I will take it. I will take that. I'm very happy with that result. But yeah, going back to Phil and Bones, really sad. Phil does have his brother on the bag, I believe. So it's not like he doesn't know the guy and he's just playing with him for the first time. They've had a couple warm-up tournaments and stuff. They seem to be doing okay. Phil didn't have the best performances, but I think after a few tournaments he should be okay. But for right now, honestly, I don't give him that much of a chance. One, because it's the Open Championship, and it's still kind of like a love-hate for him. And the fact that he has a new caddy. And the fact that his driver goes all over the place every time. So, I'm not giving him that much of a chance this week. But you never know. It is Phil Mickelson, so you never know what's going to happen. Roll. Roll, please. Roll, please. Get up the hill. Nope. Nope, that's going to be a long par putt. Like we've always had. We've had a lot of long par putts today. 30 feet. And that's going to be 10 feet by the hole. There we go. That's my first really bad putt of the round, I would say. It's only 5 feet by the hole, though, which I guess is fine, but that was still not the best putt we could have had. And, ooh, wraparound. That was a big wraparound, but another bogey. No pars yet. We've just had straight 5s all the way through. We've just had 5 after 5 after 5. Hopefully, we don't get another 5 here. Hopefully, we do not get another 5 here. But who knows what's going to happen. That actually looks decent if that sits down. Sit. Are we going to have our first green in regulation? Are we going to have our first green in regulation? No, just off. Just off, but that is not a bad location. We are actually going to putt it from here. So that's about 40 feet. We're basically going to make the same putt as last time. That one was 30 feet. This one is 40 feet. Oh, get in! Get in! Get in! Oh, birdie putt!
That's a solid birdie. Great job.
Oh, what a putt! Oh, what a putt that was for a birdie 2. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 2 for a birdie. 6 on over through 7 holes. Perfectly acceptable.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Perfectly acceptable. Now where are we?
Let's go ahead and drop
okay, so I'm gonna aim right at the bunker and hope for me either to hook it or for just the wind to take it. And of course I slice it a little bit, but hopefully the wind brings it back enough where I don't have to worry about that bunker. No, that's perfect. I'm actually really liking this course. It is narrow fairway, so I'm not playing well, but I do like all the undulations and the different colors and stuff like that, and the openness. That's why the Open Championship. I love the Open Championship. The scenery that coincides with the Open Championship is always fantastic. Like St. Andrews is fantastic. Like Royal Troon is fantastic. A lot of the courses are fantastic, and that was just a really poor shot. If I was like, actually, that was a good shot, except it ended up poor. If I was 5 feet right of the hole, that would have been so much better, and that's going to sit. All right, thank you for the flop shot. It did give me a flop shot, so that's a good thing. And hopefully I can make this 12-footer for par. No, I'm going to miss low. Oh, and that's going to be 6 feet by the hole. Now, that was a bad putt. That was a bad putt, ending up half the distance past the hole. That's not good, and I'm going to miss low again. I knew I didn't put enough speed on that. For that line, I knew I definitely didn't put enough speed on that, and that's going to be a double bogey. A 3-putt double bogey. That was very disappointing, and that was my first 6 of the round. So, again, not the best. Not the best it could have been, but still not the worst. I could be shooting 10 on every hole and ending up with like a 180. And that's going to be... How did that go that far right when I had a slice swing and the wind wasn't even that much to the right? That makes no sense to me. But now, we are going to hit a 7-iron out of here. Because why not? Actually, we're hitting a 6-iron. I'm not sure why I said 7-iron. We are hitting a 6-iron out of here. Very good recovery shot right up in front of the green. It should just be an easy up and down. But my chipping in this game is fairly subpar. As you can see right there, I'm going to end up 15 feet short. So, there we go. My putting, though, is definitely improved from when I started playing this game. Like, that wasn't the worst putt I could have made. I could have hit that 15 feet past the hole. Like, the first couple episodes, I played with the golf club. Now, that was a bad putt. You know, I'm just going to stop talking about how good my putting is because I'm going to have 2 straight 3-putts. And if I'm not careful enough, a 4-putt. That is what you call a shank right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is what you call a shank. You literally hit the putt sideways. Okay. And that ends up with a triple bogey 7, a 45 on the front line. Yikes. We had a decent opportunity after that 40-footer we made to get the birdie. But then trouble... I don't know what I'm saying. Trouble came, and I failed miserably. But let's see if we can get a good drive to start out the second 9. And hopefully make our way downtown. Oh, what a drive. That was absolutely crushed. 286 right down the middle of the fairway. Perfect angle to the green.
Okay, we're sitting
perfect angle. And we're going to put a little bit of loft on it. Just a teeny bit of loft. And we're going to aim over here. And we're going to go straight at it. Maybe. Maybe if it has enough pace. If it has enough stamina to get up. Oh, it did not have enough distance because I can't figure out distance. That is the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, and that's probably the one reason why I've been doing fairly poorly, is the distance control with, like, the swings and stuff, because, well, that was a pretty nice trip, but, like, I can't figure out when to start my downswing, or, like, when to stop my chips and stuff like that, and am I going to get a par? I am going to get a par. I'll take that, but, yeah, that's really the one major thing I haven't been able to figure out in this game yet. Everything else is good. Like, I'm liking the flop shots. I'm liking the actual, like, swing mechanics that are a little different and stuff like that. I just can't figure out when to start my backswing. Like, my backswing said slow there, but it went all the way back and it seemed like fairly fine. Just stay in the fairway, please. Okay, good. But, like, I still can't figure out when to, like, start and, like, stop my backswing and bring it down, and then, like, distance control I should be able to figure out, but it still takes a little bit. Like, this one I'm going to keep exactly the way it is, even though it's 9 downwind, because I have no idea when to, like, I think I finished that swing perfectly, and it says perfect, but who knows? Oh, did that get I got a really good kick, actually. Thank you for getting that kick. Like, that one seems fine, but then the next one, I'm going to do the same exact thing, and it's going to say slow or fast or something. So, I have no idea what's going to happen. And that's got to sit a little bit. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Get in. Get in. Ooh, what a chip. I've had a nice last couple chips. That's good. So, now we got 1 foot par. Challenge completed. Nice. And now let's get into my predictions.
Okay, and we find ourselves
so,
now on the 12th
my predictions for this week at the Open Championship. My number 1 pick is probably going to be Dustin Johnson. He struggled a little bit since his red-hot start at the beginning of the year. However, he still does have a very good... He's still playing fairly well. It's not like he's playing terribly. Sit down. It's going to roll to the back of the green, isn't it? Yep, that's rolling to the back of the green. Okay. He's still been playing fairly well. He's still the best player in the world, in my opinion, right now. So you can't really leave out the best player in the world, and that's going to be another nice chip. I'm starting to figure things out with the chipping. I'm liking the fact that I'm starting to figure things out, because that means I can make putts for par instead of bogey, and I can live with that.
And that'll keep you at
I can live with that. And the one thing I have been talking about, hitting shots straight and accurate, especially with the driver, DJ can do that. When he's on, his driver, you can't stop him if his driver's on. Like, you can't stop him at all. If his driver's hitting 310 right down the middle, and especially with the firm fairways, where he can probably get drives of upwards of 400 yards downwind at some points. Like, he's almost going to be unstoppable. But it's only if his driver can actually be relevant. If his driver can actually hit decently, then no one can stop him. But there's also the thing with the wind, so I'm not sure how he's going to play his driver with the wind, since he is a fairly high ball player. But I believe he does have a very solid chance, and that's a really good shot from 230 yards out. And that's going to be a birdie putt, I think. Or is that an eagle putt? Is that a birdie or an eagle putt? No, it's a par 4. It's going to be a birdie putt. But yeah, that's my number 1 pick. If he can figure out the wind, and if his driver can actually be the driver that it was at the beginning of the year, I believe DJ could win this going away. But it really all depends if he can bring his game back, which I believe it can. That's why I'm picking him number 1. That's why I'm thinking where he's at. Number 2 is going to be kind of a surprise, kind of not really. That's another par, by the way. Kind of a surprise, kind of not really, but a little bit. Bryson DeChambeau. Now, he just won the John Deere Classic, but he is an absolute monster of a player. Like I believe he he was the physics major from SMU that came out I think last year. His senior year was last year. He won the NCAA championship, all that stuff. And he's a really big into physics and like the swing mechanics and stuff like that. And all of his irons are the same exact shaft length, and the only thing that changes them are the angles. A lot of clubs, uh, they have both. They have both the angle different and also the shaft length, because the shaft length changes distance too. And that could be a really good shot if it gets up. That could be a really good shot if that sits. If that sits down, that is a heck of a shot. Oh, yes, good shot there. That's going to be a nice birdie putt. But he also just won at the John Deere Classic, shooting, I believe, a 65 in the final round to win by 1. And there we go, Shanks for days. Let's go. I just had a really big opportunity for birdie, and I fail to capitalize. But that's another par. 5 straight pars to start the back 9, I believe. So that is a good thing. I enjoy that. 5 straight pars to start the back 9, and we're getting our first par 5. We are finally getting a par 5. This is a par 70, so it only has 2 par 5s. But still, we finally get a par 5. It takes all the way until the 15th hole. Another thing I like about the Open Championship, by the way, while we're at it, is the fact that everyone starts from the first tee all 4 days, no matter what, and doesn't play like... That's kind of what the Masters too. Are we going into a fairway bunker? No, we're not. But kind of like have the Masters where everyone starts on the first tee, and that only works because where they are, they get a lot of daylight, so they can start tee times at like 6:45 and get them all the way out to like 4 o'clock, because daylight doesn't end until like 9:30, 10 o'clock at times. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little loft on here, and then move it a little this way because of the lie. Another thing I like about this game is they actually have the uneven lies. You don't understand how much I'm enjoying like the nuances of this game right now. I'm so happy. But that's not bad. Just front of the green and 2, I'll take it. If it even goes in the bunker, I'm perfectly fine. Just short of the bunker, maybe in the rough right before the bunker. That's fine. Light rough, I'm perfectly fine with that. So I want to land this about 15-ish. Boom. Nope, that was bad, but I'm going to have a birdie putt. That was a bad chip, but I'm going to have a birdie putt anyway. Because this is a par 5, and I like par 5s. But yeah, Bryson DeChambeau, I just like his character and how, like, I liked the fact that he still remembers his idols, and that's a bad putt, but he remembers his idols and actually, like, cares about them and idolizes them. Like, when he won the tournament on Sunday, when he found out that his, like, biggest idol, Payne Stewart, his first win was at the same tournament, he started bawling his eyes out. Like, you don't understand how much that actually meant to me. Like, that seems so much, and while I'm talking about Payne Stewart and Bryson DeChambeau, I'm going to 4-putt. Oh, no, it's only a 3-putt. Nice. Okay, that is a bad bogey, though. I'm going to admit that is a bad bogey just in front of the green and 2 and then making a bogey. But yeah, like, having players who are making millions of dollars still getting emotional over the small things like that, that means so much to me. It shows how much character they have, how much... And how much they show that even though this is their profession and the money means a lot, that they still think about those little things and think about those little moments that mean so much, and, like, they don't actually miss any of those or, like, forget about that stuff, and that really pulls the heartstrings a little bit. But yeah, also the fact that he's in good form, just winning, and yeah, Bryson DeChambeau is actually going to be a really good pick this week. I think he can play really well anywhere. He seems like he has the smarts to basically outsmart everyone else in the field. There was actually a quote that I heard. Is that going to be a birdie? Oh, just low for a birdie. But there was actually a quote that I heard. I don't remember from who it was, but what I heard a quote that golf is for 2 kinds of people: really smart people or really dumb people. And Bryson DeChambeau is like one of those really smart people that can actually like think their way around a golf course and do that. And then the dumb people who like just don't worry about anything and just go for it and just grip it and rip it, that sort of people. Usually the two people that succeed in golf are those two type of people, and anyone in the middle who tries to think about it and tries to forget it, like tries to do something in the middle, doesn't really go that far. I think that's kind of where I am, to be completely honest with you. I kind of overthink things and try to think my way around a golf course, but then when I try to forget about some small things, I overthink about other things, and it kind of affects my game that way. So that's why I don't think I play at like a top level, and that's going to be okay, I think. Wow, I thought that was going to be really bad, but it turned out okay. Yeah, I don't play at a top level, but I still play fairly well. But yeah, let's get away from my golf game for a second. But yeah, I believe Bryson's one of those people that can like outsmart a golf course or like outthink people about a golf course, that sort of thing. Just with the way his brain works and how he works golfing and stuff like that, I think that could work out really well. I'm not sure why I talked so long about Bryson DeChambeau, but honestly, just watching him win just made me feel good. And his win is the most recent thing in my memory, so that's probably why I have a lot to talk about. And honestly, those are probably my top two picks. As always, Jordan Spieth has a chance, but honestly, I'm not giving him as much of a chance this week, just because his driving hasn't been that great, and this course needs to be for someone who needs to drive the ball. I remember this last hole. I don't know why, but I remember this last hole only because of the Senior Open Championship that was here a few years ago. Because of the playoff. Just because of the playoff. They went like 5 or 6 holes and they played this hole every single time. And they went to darkness and all of that. So I remember this hole pretty well. And that should be a decent drive. And it's going to be right down the middle. Perfect. And I like how they finished this too with the clubhouse right in the background. I wish that the course designer actually took time to put the runway of stands all the way down, kind of like how the Open Championship always does it. But I am not going to complain. This course was very well done. It hopefully gives me a good idea of how this course should be playing for the tournament. And by the way, I'm only on a 1 over backside right now. If anyone's wondering. But I'm very interested in the fact if I can get par. That's going to be a bad chip, though. If that sits down, hopefully... this is for a back 937, I believe. Is that going to be for a back 937? Wow. And with that puts me at 12 over for an 82, which also breaks my record for best round I've played on the golf club too, because I think I shot 83 last episode. So hopefully, if I can make this putt, we can shoot my best round ever. Go, turn. Oh, it didn't get there. That might have had a chance if it had enough speed. But who knows? I can't really say much because it didn't actually have enough speed. That's going to be a bogey on the last hole. 2 over on the backside for a 38. And then an 83 total. I will take that. Putts per hole, 1.89. I'll take that. Driving distance, 275. 64% fairways in regulation. Honestly, it should have been a little better. Greens in regulation, 27.8. I never even realized they had this. I just pressed L1 just to see what was up, but that was not bad. But now that's going to be the end of the video. Go ahead and enjoy the Open Championship this week. I'm going to be getting updates almost constantly, even though I'm most likely not going to be able to watch any of it, which I'm really disappointed about. But I'm actually going to be golfing this weekend when I go camping. I'm excited for that. And yeah, that's about it from me. Again, have fun with the Open Championship. And yeah, that's about it from me. So if you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and drop it with a like. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more from me. And I will see you guys with a new video real soon. Bye.